And welcome back to Hannity. So the alt-radical left and their cronies and the Destroy Trump media, they're so desperate to smear, slander, besmirch the president, they're now sounding like Vladimir Putin when pushing their fake news conspiracy theories. Now, the alt-radical left is in complete meltdown mode, and we're going to expose them. And that's tonight's monologue. All right, so earlier today, ahead of Secretary of State Rex Tillerson's trip to Moscow, the Russian president, Vladimir Putin, started running with a wild claim that the United States of America is somehow going to fake a new chemical weapons attack in Syria to justify further military action from President Trump. Now, that sounds completely nuts, right? Because it is. But guess what? The alt-radical, left, Destroy Trump media, they have repeatedly been pushing these same types of insane conspiracy theories. Watch what is supposed to be called news, NBC and others.
Wouldn't it be nice if it was just completely, totally, absolutely impossible to suspect that Vladimir Putin orchestrated what happened in Syria this week so that his friend in the White House could have a big night with missiles and all of the praise he's picked up over the last 24 hours? Wouldn't it be so nice if you couldn't even in your wildest dreams imagine a scenario like that?
Wouldn't it be great if we could go back to Wag the Dog being a sitcom plot, you know?
Exactly.
I'll say it again. This Russian connection just keeps building, and every time it builds and expands, you have to wonder if Trump himself isn't worried about what's swirling around under the covers.
CNN has learned new details of the FBI investigation into potential links between individuals associated with the Trump campaign and the Russian government.
Specifically, Willie, I think what it means is that a federal judge found that people in Trump's organization were colluding with the Russians.
Was there somebody inside the Trump campaign who was working with them, and did the president know about that, and were they successful?
Cue Twilight Zone. It's pathetic. What we have now is over-the-top, lying, bizarre, novel-like conspiracy theories and the advancing of some of the most insane, craziest stories you probably have ever heard. Now, it's completely off the charts. It's unhinged and just more proof of how completely biased these people really are. But that has not stopped Democrats in Congress from doing the exact same thing. They're as nutty as their friends in the media. Take a look at what Representative Seth Moulton said last night on Tucker Carlson's show about President Trump's decision to strike Syria. Watch this insanity.
Well, first of all, I mean, you know, one exception does not prove the rule. I mean, you know, this could very well be interpreted as an attempt by the administration to get out from under the claim that they're colluding with Russia.
Wow. What's clear is the alt-radical left in this country, they're ignoring all truth and the facts. Now, for months, the alt-radical Destroy Trump propaganda media has been pushing without one scintilla, not one, of evidence whatsoever, this false narrative of President Trump colluding with the Russians. Now, this goes against what the former director of national intelligence under Obama, James Clapper, the FBI director, James Comey, the NSA director, Admiral Mike Rogers, have all been saying. There is zero proof of the Trump-Russia collusion they keep talking about for 8 months. Watch the truth.
So you have no intelligence that suggests or evidence that suggests any votes were changed?
I have nothing generated by the National Security Agency, sir.
Director Comey, do you have any evidence at the FBI that any votes were changed in the states that I mentioned to Admiral Rogers?
No.
First, we cannot say they did not change any vote tallies or anything of that sort.
Yeah, I'm just talking
we had no way of gauging the impact that certainly the intelligence community can't gauge the impact it had on choices the electorate made.
Now, maybe, just maybe, the Destroy Trump media should actually listen to what all those top government officials have been saying and maybe try reporting truth for once instead of these conspiracy theories, by the way. And if the media wants to talk about interfering in an election, well, then they should go back and focus on what the Obama administration tried to do to the Israeli Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu. Back in 2014, a congressional investigation did find that an Israeli political group used over 300,000 taxpayer dollars from the Obama State Department and a grant to actually create a political apparatus to defeat our best ally, Israel, Prime Minister Netanyahu. Now, I've been saying since 2008, journalism's dead, but the partisan press is now taking it to a new, bizarre conspiracy low. They've become unhinged because they're so locked into the world of hating Trump and Trump derangement syndrome, they're doing everything in their power, as I've been telling you, to destroy him. Now, there's no doubt tonight that unbiased news is dead and buried with very few exceptions.